How we doing, YouTube? This is Kyle Reed with his zombie deck profile.
Yeah, guys, like you said, it's a zombie deck. It's a Vendread based deck. They came out of Call of the Duelist, I believe.
Yeah, it was Call of the Duelist.
Yeah. So either way, they got a little bit more support with Circuit Break. Overall,
Gotcha.
I didn't really like the archetype, but I do like rituals and I do like zombies, so I figured I owed it to myself to at least try it. And,
right.
It's actually been working out pretty well. I mean, it's a mid to lower tier deck, but it's fun.
Gotcha.
Here's my numbers for the ritual count.
Gotcha.
We've got 2 Slayer and 1 Chimera.
Right. How does the Chimera work for you?
The
Some people don't like him.
The Chimera isn't all that good, but every once in a while he has his, uses. It comes up, and he's still a prep target and he's searchable, so you got to play him. For those that you don't know about Chimera, he's somewhat like a Stardust for zombies.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. It's a pretty good effect.
Yep. So that's the Vendread lineup. Next, because it's zombies and Shirnuis are pretty bad,
right.
You gotta go ahead and play these guys. So you can play the triple solitaire for consistency, and then only 1 sword, and then 2 spirit master.
Gotcha.
And most people don't play this one at all, but I personally like him. It's the samurai.
Okay.
It doesn't come up too often, but he's still part of the archetype. And I like him for his effect because it's kind of like a quick DD warrior lady.
Oh, okay.
Hits your opponent with a nasty little surprise. As for the actual main deck Vendread support, I've actually been slowly shrinking the engine more and more since I've had the deck.
Really?
The main issue is you don't really want to brick with too many of these pieces. And I find the only ones that are worth playing multiples of is either Strix or the Slayer.
Alright.
I originally was playing 3 Slayer, I cut him down to 2, and I was playing all of the smaller guys at 2, I believe, at least 2, and maybe like 3 Striges, but I slowly started cutting them down. I actually used to hate this guy early on, but I eventually warmed up to him, so, yeah. For those of you who don't know about him, this one, they all gain certain effects for the ritual monster used for the Vendreads.
Right,
so, the Hound Horde, the dog, he's sort of like a cosmic cyclone. He allows you to banish spelling traps. This one right here lets you banish monsters, especially some of the monsters, that is. And this guy says anytime the monster battles, it's like a Dark World dealing. So that's it for the Vendread count. Only 4 main deck guys and a handful of men. And then, of course, you got to play triple Mizuki because it's zombies. So that's a
right, it just like spams the field.
And then, of course, we got Gozuki here. Not too many people know what he does, but he's pretty good.
Okay.
He's sort of like Unizombie in a way. He says once per turn, you can send a zombie from death to grave, which is kind of nice. His second effect is actually pretty nice too, because he says anytime he's sent to the grave, you can banish a zombie, and you could special summon a zombie from hand.
Gotcha. So you just play 2 and 3, right?
Yep.
Okay.
2 and 3. And of course, for the number 1 tuner in the deck.
Right, you have Unizombie, right?
Unizombie. Really good card.
Yeah.
And then for one-ofs, because anybody that's seen any of my profiles, most of my decks are usually rogue, and I'm a big proprietor of one-ofs. I tend to do that for almost every deck. Got Zombie Master, Beast of Pharaoh. For those that you don't know about him, this guy says anytime he's used for Synchro Summon, then you can target 1 level 4 or lower zombie in your grave, and then you can special summon it. And it's not once per turn. It's actually pretty old, but that's pretty good. It allows you to do like loops and stuff.
Gotcha.
Or extend your plays. The 1 Goblin Zombie.
Goblin Zombie.
Some of these cards I really just play because of nostalgia. Like, I actually like these cards, not because they're so amazing. We got the Plague Spreader, 1 Summoner Monk. I play a Dandelion. I got this idea from this one guy from local. I don't know his name, so I can't shout him out. But I thought it was a pretty interesting idea how you could play Dandy and you can
Right.
get the tokens and link off.
Right. Plus, it's not once per turn, so you can. I think when me and you dueled him, and you did that twice, didn't you?
Yeah, I resolved it twice.
Yeah.
It was a soul charge, so it was like
Right. This is
second,
cool. It's a zombie, and you can use it. I mean.
Yeah, we got a few hand traps.
Gotcha.
Ash, Ogre. You know, the format
Yeah.
demands these cards to be played in your deck.
Might as well be running 60.
Yeah.
You might find a way to put them in there.
And then this idea, the Red Resonator, I got this idea, I believe, from Team Samurai's channel.
Team Samurai? Okay.
Yeah, I watched this profile once or twice to get a good idea of like how to play the deck, because I wanted to play it, but again, like I said, I didn't really believe in the deck. I didn't think it was like good,
Gotcha.
but I like zombies, and I figured if I was gonna play it, I wanted to at least be somewhat competitive, like at least have a fighting chance. But he showed a cool combo how you can double Omega with this guy. You know,
Gotcha.
open him and pre-prep, so that was pretty strong. I liked
Okay.
it. On to the spells. We got Grass, because this is a 60 card deck. And Grass is just extremely powerful. I mean, if you resolve this card...
What's your, like, drawing ratio on that? Like, I mean, how many times do you draw it?
It's funny you mentioned that. I played a friend of mine, Caesar, and he always complains about me sacking him because I open this a lot. I don't even know why, but...
So you do open it quite a bit.
One time we played probably like 9 matches, and I probably drew it or opened it within about 6 or 7 times out of those individual games. So it was probably roughly
Gotcha.
9 games, give or take, 9 or 10 games.
Okay.
And we were just playing for fun, but I just kept opening it. But
All right.
But I mean, the chances of opening it is pretty slim. It's just really strong if you can resolve it. Just more powerful one-ups, Book of Life, Geki, Zombie World, Burial from Different Dimension. I only played 1 prep because again, I've been slowly shrinking the engine. I think the card is really strong, but the spell sometimes the recovery isn't that important because you actually want it engraved to protect your Slayer. So it's not as important as most ritual decks. But I mean, you could play, 1 or 2 Soul Charge, really strong. I only play 1 Desires because as much as I like the Desires, I only want to see 1. I never want to open multiples ever, and playing 1 ensures that. So if I see it, I see it. If I don't, it's whatever. My philosophy is if I play enough powerful one-offs in the deck, they're kind of like individual bombs. So if you can pop 1 off, great. But if not, oh well, you won't really miss it.
Right.
Got Ghost Sark, Foolish Burial, 1 Allure, 1 Terraforming.
Right.
That's it for all the 1-up bombs.
Okay.
For the 3
preps.
These cards are mandatory at 3.
Prep.
This is probably one of the only ones that you could probably get away with playing 2, but I played 3 just because.
Origin.
Origin. Just because it's the only ritual spell that they have access to right now.
Right.
I'm sure somewhere down the road they'll probably get a couple more. Hopefully in that next set. So I'm excited to see like if they actually get some more support that's good. Because I'm actually not playing any of the Vendread traps. The Vendread traps I think are trash. And the only reason why they suck is because they don't heavily contribute to the deck's theme, and there's no viable way of getting to the cards. Like, they literally don't have any searcher. And why I'm ragging on the card at that point, Vendread Knights is pretty good, but it's not as good as I think it should have been. And the main reason is because it only searches the monsters. And that's really good, but I'm pretty sure that they could have just made it to be where you can search any Vendread card. But I digress. Double Resonator call. That's
to search for the red resonator. Yeah, red
resonators. And then 2 Twin Twister.
Gotcha. So why not? Why do you pick Twin Twister over double Cyclone?
Cosmic Cyclone.
Cosmic Cyclone.
Well, Cosmic Cyclone is a good card, and I guess the easy answer would be I don't actually own any.
Right.
That's not a problem. I could always pick some up, but I don't really care about it. Twin Twister tends to work out better for this deck just because zombies tend to be heavily clogged with a lot of monsters, and the primary weakness of the deck is opening multiple monsters and not being able to drop them or empty your hand quick enough. You want to load up your grave as fast as you can. If you
Gotcha. So the discard actually helps you more than not being able to discard.
the discard actually
Gotcha.
facilitates some of the plays. If you open like a Mizuki and 3 other zombies, like you want to get those guys in grave as soon as possible.
Gotcha.
This is a Shiranui trap. It's kind of like an Icarus attack.
Okay.
And that's the deck.
Alright, for your extra.
For the extra, quick notice, the Herald, this is a potential card to be played. I play it sometimes off and on, but this extra deck is actually 16. So there's a ton of cards that you could play for the deck, but the Herald is one of those cards that's kind of like an orbiter for me. Basically.
Gotcha, the 15th card. Possibility to... Gotcha.
So, Coral Dragon, Hades, and the Samurai.
Gotcha. How is this? Is interesting. What
Ancient Fairy.
How does that work out in the deck?
Well, the Hades, he's one of my old favorites. Again, like I said before, some of the cards are literally just nostalgic. Like it's pure nostalgia. Like some of those cards I really liked like a long time ago when I used to play zombies, and I still like those cards. And the funny thing is, I can actually still summon them fairly easily, depending on like the hands that I open into. You can use Spectral Sword to get to him, or you can use a Plague Spreader. And then, of course, you have your Unizombie and your Solitaires to get to any of those pieces that you need to drop any of these guys. But as far as his utility, if you're applying it to the meta, there's a few matchups where it sometimes comes up. As far as like the big three, like if you battle ABCs, you know, he can punish ABC players because, you know, if you summon him plus multiple zombies and you run over their board, then you're negating all their effects. You know, you turn off all their effects when you beat over. Same thing applies to Pendulum Magicians, because he doesn't specify if they have to go to grave or not. It just says anytime zombies are beaten, you know, beat something down, they negate the effects. Black Rose, Strong Synchro. We got Scrap Dragon, the big guy. This guy just gets really big. He's kind of like their version of Utopia.
Gotcha.
And then for the other wave of synchros, the extra deck is pretty much synchro-centric, so...
Gotcha.
We got Scarrite, Bills, and Double Omega. Just pretty much...
Wait, how does this work out for you?
This guy, I don't drop him very often, but usually I use him as a game ender. Typically, if I like swing in and, you know, inflict X amount of damage, if I come up short anywhere from, say, 2,000 to maybe 3,000 range, depending on the board, you know, you can actually just, you know, inflict lethal on your opponent from there. We got Crystal Wing. You can actually make him really easy.
Gotcha.
That's powerful. Trish.
It's good negate.
Trish is a really strong guy. And then only 2 Link monsters. Proxy Decode.
Alright. Seems pretty good. Do you not have a side deck for this deck yet?
Well, I sort of have a side deck. It's kind of in the air. It's a bit
You're still
iffy.
thinking on them and all that.
Yeah.
Alright, well, thank you very much for the deck profile on your zombies, 60 card zombies. If you guys like this deck profile, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button.